everyone. Today we are going to do a little bit of a getting to know you and getting some basic information for the course. So the objective for today is students will be able to describe themselves and at least two other classmates. In addition, they will also be able to explain course expectations by reviewing the course syllabus. What we're going to do today is we're going to go through some contact information on a note card, go through your syllabus, discuss the Flipgrid permission slip, the getting to know you sheet, and making two new friends. That's the fun stuff. So first and foremost, you guys should have gotten a note card when you walked in the door. The first thing that I need you to put on there is your name, a nickname if you prefer to go by something else, your email address, your guardian's email address, your guardian's phone number, and anything that you think I should know about you. So if there's something about the way that you learn or your learning style or just any piece of information that you think is important for me to know, please put that there. This is only shared with me, so you don't have to worry about anyone else seeing or getting this information. Okay, here is the syllabus. You should have also gotten this when you walked in the door. I'm not going to go through everything with you. I'm just going to hit a few highlights that I think are important. I am in 5 different classrooms, so the best place to find me if you need me is in my office, which is in B340. My office hours are Thursdays in room B315. We're done by appointment, so if you need me for another day, just let me know. I'm more than happy to figure something out with you. My email address and the phone number to the school until I get an extension. Once I get that extension, I'll give it to you all. Something that's really important, everything's going to be posted on Canvas. So your assignments, everything is on there. But also the announcements that I will send out are going to be on Canvas. I recommend signing up for alerts on Canvas. If you don't know how to do that, let me know and I will show you. But that's where everything will be. AP Psychology, a little bit about the course and the essential questions that we are going to focus on. The purpose of taking this course, why is it that we want you to take this? Well, for a couple of reasons. One, it's going to teach you a lot of analysis skills, which can be very applicable once you leave TC. Also, a lot of understanding of theories and different psychological perspectives, and this can come in handy or help when, depending on what career you get into. Anything that deals with business or marketing, understanding different psychological perspectives is huge and key. Anything where you're working with large groups of people and understanding how people interact and work with one another is extremely important and very, very helpful. We're also going to focus a lot on developing vocabulary skills, which can be helpful in any job that you get into, where you need to understand and be familiar with a lot of different terms and terminology and what they do and what the importance of them are. In addition to that, it's an AP course, so everything is going to be college level and really a good preparedness just for college in general. Moving on, what we're going to cover every quarter, just to give you guys a general idea, the percentages that you see behind the topics is what percentage of the AP exam that covers. And we'll get into that more in depth and more in detail as we hit each unit. Some materials that you are going to need. 3-ring binder. It says on here, or notebook. I really recommend the binder because you're going to want to keep all of your handouts and your worksheets, and it's going to make the most sense to have that all in a binder because you want to be able to go back to that and review for the AP exam. So I really, really recommend the binder. We do use Chromebooks every single day, so please make sure you have those and that they're charged, that you bring your charger with you. And instead of a notebook, loose leaf paper for your binder, so that way you can move your notes around as you see fit for review. One thing that I don't require, but I strongly recommend, is the Barron's AP Psychology Review Book. I find that to be the best review book out there. I've thought that for multiple years now, so I think that that is the most helpful when preparing and reviewing for the AP Psych exam. And then just to give you an idea how we break down the course, your tests are worth 45% of your grade, your quizzes are 25% of your grade, and your course assignments that we do in class are 30% of your grade. Also a note right here, 4th quarter will look a little differently because you'll be taking your AP exam, so we're not going to have a big final again after the AP exam, instead it will be project based. Another note on your assignments. I do things a little bit differently in this classroom. Everything is based off of mastery. So in order for you to turn in an assignment, you have to get an 80% or higher, which means that you may be redoing assignments, which is great and wonderful, and that's what you should be doing when you're learning something. So that means that it doesn't really make sense to have points off if you turn it in late, because it may take you longer to do one assignment than it does to do another assignment. But everything does have to be turned in by the end of the unit. And so every unit will have a due date, so you know when that due date is. If you try to turn in something after that unit due date, that's when points will be taken off. The highest grade that you can get on anything after that moment is a 75%, and that really means that it's absolutely perfect, that there's nothing wrong with it, and that you've gone above and beyond on an assignment in order to do that. But I will say that turning stuff in after the due date doesn't really make sense for you, because you need to turn that assignment in order to do well on the assessment. So if you want to do well on your assessment, on your exams, you should be turning in your daily assignments. And then just make sure that you get this signed and bring this back to me. The top part you are going to keep for yourself. One tool that we are going to be using in this class is Flipgrid. It's kind of like a Snap, but for education purposes. You do need to get permission from your parents if you are under the age of 16 or 16 or under. So please make sure you take that permission slip, get it signed, bring it back to me. We are going to use Flipgrid next class, so it's important that you have that signed and ready to go. And one more thing, you can use this on your phone or on your Chromebooks. There's an extension for Chrome, and then we can download the app on your phone, so either one it works on. And now for the fun part, the who I am. So just this gives me a little bit to know about you. This part I am going to keep just so that I get to know you all a little bit better. First, self-portrait. Obviously, I'm an artist and amazing at it. I drew a big heart because I like to think that I have a big heart and caring individual. And then a smiley face because I like to have fun and enjoy what I do. Your name. This part right here, your ethics, race, and culture, is really an important box. So please make sure that you take your time filling that out and give me information that you think is going to be helpful to me. If there's something about your culture, your ethnicity that you think is important, or even just something that you are proud of, please share that there. I am Italian. That to me is mostly important. I do have a little bit of Irish in me, but I'm mostly Italian. And that definitely influences me quite a bit. My hobbies, I love to be outside. I like to garden, even though I'm terrible at it. Graduating classes, I graduated high school in '99, my undergrad in 2004, and then I forgot that I also put my master's on there from 2008. My birthday is May 31st. I am a Gemini. It fits me perfectly. My family is my husband, Paul, and then my daughter, Maddie, who's 5, and my son, Jack, who is 1. Places that I've lived, I was born in Yorkville, Illinois, which is a small town outside of Chicago. I went to college in Bloomington, Indiana. I lived in Picnic Point, Australia for a little bit while I did my student teaching. I lived in Chicago, Illinois, and taught in Chicago public schools for 7 years before I moved to Alexandria, Virginia, where I've lived for the past 7 years, spending the first part of that teaching in DC public schools. Somebody I look up to are my parents. An accomplishment that I'm proud of is graduation, whether that's kindergarten graduation or whether that is high school, PhD graduation. All of it's important. Everybody should be proud of graduation. It's an achievement that you've made, and it should be something that you are very, very proud of. Moving on. My pet was Layla. She was an amazing dog. Unfortunately, she passed away this past summer, but she was the best. I have never jumped from anything high. I will never jump from anything high. I have never done it. It will never happen. I like the ground. It's amazing. Where I spend most of my free time is with my family. The most memorable recent event is the birth of my children. My favorites. My favorite food is everything. I love food. My favorite class or subject, obviously social studies, because what other subject is the best? My favorite movie is the Harry Potters. Kind of a fan of that. My favorite color right now are blues and grays. I just find them very relaxing and calming. My favorite sports team is Indiana University, the basketball. Big college basketball fan. My favorite book or magazine is Where the Sidewalk Ends, because it's really my favorite book that I remember as a kid. And so I still just reflect back on that and my excitement that I had when I would read it. My favorite TV shows are any of the tiny houses shows. I just think they're kind of fascinating how they make things happen. Lastly, my favorite childhood memory was that summers seemed to last forever. They were really enjoyable. And then qualities of a good teacher is, as you can see, I crossed out, you say math teacher. I stole this from another teacher. But I like to cross that out because I think social studies teachers are the best. But anyway, the qualities of a good teacher is someone who pushes you to continue to learn and gives you the tools that you need to be successful. So it's not about being an easy teacher. It's about making sure that we're pushing you to be your best, to continue to learn something new, to continue to develop those skills, so that you succeed and do what you need to do when you leave here. So you're going to take some time. You're going to fill this out. When you're done with this, you are going to complete the getting to know you sheet. I have 3 boxes on there to hopefully get to know 3 new people, but you need to at least do 2 of them. So have fun with it, enjoy it, and welcome to AP Psych.